Hey, what's going on, everybody? Vitaliy Dubinin is here, and I'm super excited to interview right now a very special man, somebody that I truly honor to consider my friend, Mr. Steven Krivda. I've had the privilege to meet him live at Liverpool 5 just a couple months ago, and we were on stage and we were interviewing Mike Dillard, and that's how I met Steven Krivda. And get ready because we are going to shower you with so much training, information, tips, and strategy to help you build a successful business from home. So take notes and listen closely. I want to introduce properly Steven Krivda just to get you an idea who is it that I brought here on the interview right now. So Steven is a network marketing professional. He's married with 2 kids. He has been doing, he was a karate instructor for about 10 years, teaching children safe and women self-defense and kickboxing and karate classes. And he recently earned a fully paid for BMW, a 7-day cruise, a 5-day cruise, and another 3-night cruise. He went from L0 to L4 in Mighty System Pro, the largest attraction marketing and lead generation systems on the internet for home business entrepreneurs, and he did it all in less than 12 months. So that's a big deal. And you know what? He did it all while he still had a full-time job. So I'm pretty excited to hear more about Steven. Tell a bit more about his story, how he did it. So he's been featured a member of the Month in Mighty System Pro. He's been on stage 5 times. He's been able to sponsor 100 people in 12 months into his network marketing business. He is in the top 12 for MLSP total active points all time. Guys, that's a huge accomplishment. And I'm excited to have you here, Steven. Are you there?
Yeah, man. Thank you for the intro, man. That was awesome. I'm
Awesome to have
pretty
you
jacked.
here.
Your energy, man, is like it's blowing through my computer screen, man. This is great.
Yeah, since the first time that I met you, I just kind of knew that you are a superstar here, and I can't wait to dig in a little bit more about your story and have you share with other people what allowed you to have the incredible success that you have. So why don't we start with you telling us a little bit about your story? How did everything start for you in internet marketing and network marketing? I mean, did you have a lot of experience, or you were just a regular guy? What has driven you?
I actually kind of got into network marketing because my buddies were doing it. They just looked like they were having fun. I didn't need the money. I didn't. My wife and I we just got married. Both had great jobs, and it was just a fun way to hang out with some other people that were our same age, that were positive and happy, and doing things that were cool. And that's kind of how it happened.
Yep.
Because the economy was kicking it here in Florida, everybody wanted to be part of it. So we kind of just grew really fast. And then what happened was I had some ethical issues about how I was doing things and how the company was being run, and I walked away for a while. And I dabbled in oh my gosh, I always say like 12 because that's like the magic number, but I know it's been way more than that. 12 different companies, and it was funny because I was looking for this home that was gonna fit me, and when in reality it wasn't the business, it was me. It wasn't the companies at all. It was all about me. But I had zero experience. I had no idea what I was doing.
And you managed to have some success in some of the network marketing companies, right? Before you came in online.
Yeah. It was I just I believe in the system. I believe in what we do. I believe that for the majority of the people out there, especially people like myself that that barely have a high school education, that this is the way. If you want to be successful and really make a mark for yourself and really leave a legacy for your family and yourself, that network marketing is one of the best ways to go.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives you total freedom, and that's what it's all about. So you are still you are in the construction industry. What were you doing?
Yeah, in 2003, I started working for my father-in-law in construction, and which was cool. I liked it. And I've always been a mechanical person. I've always, been really good with my hands, and I can always build things, but I've never been in the construction industry. I was in karate, martial arts. I did taught that for a long time. I did I was a rehab therapist for a long time, for like 8 or 9 years. I cleaned pools. I was a furniture mover. I did all this kind of different crazy stuff, and I
Wow.
landed in construction, sitting at a desk, estimating plans. How that ever happened, just kind of fell in my lap.
Well, I didn't know all of that about you. So it wasn't so exciting to be working there in the construction business, isn't it?
It wasn't that it wasn't exciting. I just felt like I had I knew that I had something bigger in mind. You know, the impact that I made when I was teaching martial arts was huge. You know, I've got kids that I met when they were 3 and 4 years old that I still talk to. One of the biggest ones was this kid was just terrified of even walking through the door to get on the mat, and now he's attending Harvard. You know, so, and I'm not saying that I had a hand in that, but you know, I know that, you know, martial arts can change a life, and just like network marketing, you know, I'm just kind of a vessel, and I can show people something that can really not necessarily just bring them money, because that's not really, I mean, obviously money's awesome, but it can show you how that when you really put yourself out there, you can be something bigger than you even know for yourself. And I love that about this industry. And sitting at the desk in construction, and you know, estimating plans, which I love my job and I was really good at it. I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't able to do and what I know that I was put here to do, and that's inspire somebody. If it's one person, I'm overly excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Having this kind of difference and impact, and really seeing that you can, you know, make a difference, you can inspire, you can teach somebody how to grow into being this person that, you know, maximize their potential. That's so cool. So, how did it all started for you online? I mean, what was the point that you started to build your network marketing business on the internet? You know, generating online.
That's an awesome question. Excuse me. I was terrified of I started getting afraid of talking to people. It's kind of funny when I think
You're
about it.
not alone. You're not alone. That's okay.
So I realized that I had talked to I actually my warm market was pretty crispy. It's still kind of crispy. I still talk to those guys, and most of them are still my friends, and I just beat them up, you know.
Yeah.
So I started looking online, started looking for ways to broaden my horizon, and you know, I realized there's like over 7 billion people on the planet, and shoot, there's only so many people I can talk to in a day, even driving around town or even walking through the mall. And I started looking online, and actually I found My Lead System Pro through Ray Higdon, and it wasn't that he didn't even send it to me. I was just on his page one day, and it said something about generating leads online. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. So I clicked on it, started looking through it, and I said, and I'll tell you, at first I had no idea that I could generate an income from it. I was like, to me, it was just paying to go to college online and learning how to build a business.
Right. So what role did MLSP play in your overall success online?
Ooh. Everything. It changed everything for the way I marketed. I realized that before I really plugged into the community, I realized that I was a spammer. I know. It was terrible, man. I was horrible. No wonder nobody liked me. Goodness. I was like, look at my link, and I remember.
Yeah, here's a cool deal ever.
You want to hear? This is funny. I actually went. I opened up my friends list and printed out my entire Facebook friends list.
Wow.
Put it on my desk and sent out like blast emails, and I would check them off, every single one of them, and I just kept doing that over and over and over again. And my friends list was diminishing.
The way to build a business.
That's what I thought. And so, you know, it's the role that it played was it realized that I wasn't doing it correctly, and once I plugged in and started doing what started implementing the strategies that are taught in the MLSP community, that's when things started growing. I started getting authority. I started getting respect from people, which was kind of nice. Instead of them going, "Who are you?" they were like, "Oh yeah, you're Steve Krivda. I remember I saw something that you put out online," and people started knowing me. and it was really kind of cool. And then, you know, by sticking with the system, instead of reaching out to people, now people started coming to me and saying, hey, you know, I saw that you did this, I saw this article, I saw this video that you did, you know, can you help me? Or what business are you in? I want to work closer with you. And that's, I'll tell you, when that happens, life is different then, man. It's just completely different.
That's for sure. That's a completely, you know, mind shift when people are coming to you. They already know who you are because of the value that you provide out there. They share your story. You know, they watch your videos, your articles, and you position yourself properly and brand yourself online. And it's a totally different game ball. So, what are some of the strategies that you have been able to learn being a member of My Lead System Pro?
Man. Oh, I narrowed that down. The first thing I learned was, and I have to attribute, because I have, Ray Higdon's been a coach of mine. I've been friends with him for like 10 or 12 years now, and I followed him very closely, and I modeled what he did, and then what I did was I saw what he was doing, kind of didn't know how to do it, and then when I came in MLSP, it all kind of came together. I'm like, oh, I got it now. So the biggest thing that I was doing was just putting value in the marketplace. You know, I know how to generate leads on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. I mean, you name it, I've learned it from our community. Yeah. And so it's not necessarily just generating leads. It's generating leads and putting them to the value that I'm understanding how to create now. And you know, My Lead System Pro really kind of drives that home, that if you lead with value, you will be successful. And it's something I didn't get for a long time until I actually started paying attention to what the leaders were doing. And a lot of the leaders are in our community.
Yeah, absolutely. We have one of the brightest and smartest home business entrepreneurs here in My Lead System Pro, ready to teach you what's working now. And that's awesome that you say it, because it's not just about generating leads. You know, it only starts. When you generate a lead, it's not a finish line. It's just a starting point for people to get to know you better, right? That's what you're saying. Yeah, that's awesome, man. So tell me, you know, I'm curious how you've been able to advance from L0, which is basically nothing, right? You start and you come in fresh, and now you're L4 leader in My Lead System Pro, and in a fairly short period of time. What was it that you have done that really allow you to rank and advance, you know, so fast?
I gotta be honest. I'm not a mega lead generating star like a lot of the people in our community, but I have a lot of passion about our system, and I believe in it wholeheartedly. Like, I know for a 100% fact that people that plug into this are gonna have success as long as they stick with it. So when I'm talking with people, you can't help but feel what I'm talking about. You can't help but feel the passion that I have, and I give people confidence because of how driven I am with the community. And I let them know, like, look, you have everything you need here. Like, you can continue doing what you're doing. And I remind them of my story. I'm like, look, I know people talk about money and they don't want to invest in themselves, and I was the same way. You know, I didn't want to spend a scheduled monthly payment. So on the other hand, what I was doing was spending hundreds of dollars on stuff that just wasn't working. These shiny objects, I kept bouncing all over the place, and I spent thousands of dollars on things that just I thought were going to do it, and I always came back to MLSP, and I tell people my story, and my enrollment rate for MLSP, if I get someone on the phone, is probably 60 to 75% easy, and it's because I want everybody needs to be here, and it's not because of anything that I'm doing. It's the community is crazy, and I talk about it like it's like one of my kids. I mean, I'm very passionate about this, and I think people get that, and I think that they feel my passion. I guess, I don't know. I probably should ask.
That's a big key right there, because a lot of the success has to do with the invisible stuff. It's not necessarily a particular technique or strategy. It's how much do you believe in yourself, how much do you believe in the people that you interact with, how much do you believe in what you do, and it comes off from the energy standpoint of how how you talk, how you interact. And I believe that everybody who will plug into MLSP and they truly understand what they have their hands on, all the value inside, they will become believers too, and then they'll be able to like have your 70% closing ratio on the phone like you do, and that's something that people will learn as being a member of Miley System Pro, right?
Yeah, man. And one of the other things is I spend I'm a relationship builder. Like that's how I believe that's how I've built my entire business. And every single person on my team I have a personal relationship with. And I make sure that they understand that, I might not be always available if they call me, but if we set up an appointment, I'm going to be there to help them. Or I'll figure something out, or I'll cut a video for them, or I'll do something. And because I want people to be confident, because this isn't just a system. This isn't just a game that we're playing online. This is something this is a community. We're a family. This is not like, you guys are my brothers and sisters. So would I turn away my brothers and sisters? Why would I do that, man? You need to have success so you can show other people that have success. I mean, so I want people to do that. I want people to understand that we're here, man. And I don't know, man. People are awesome. They just need to know that they're awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, I feel it like a family too. You are my brother, Steven. We are brothers here.
Heck yeah, man.
in this
Absolutely.
Community. And I think that you brought this point very home and shatter some of the myths that people might have that, I might be able to build a successful home business just hiding behind my computer and setting up funnels and, structure my business in a way that people are going to just buy from me on autopilot. And I used to be this way too until I plug into MLSP and learn that no, we're in a relationship business, and it's all about, building a relationship. You don't have to have a huge list. I don't have a huge list, and you can absolutely build a six-figure business having a small list, but people who know, like, and trust you, and you really build this relationship with, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I have a little baby list too.
Yeah. So, what would be your best advice to people how they can be successful with Miley System Pro once they become a member?
That's actually an easier question to answer now than it ever has been. There's some steps. Step one is to obviously click the Start Here button and get set up. Where most people go wrong is they feel overwhelmed because Miley System Pro is such a beast, and it has so much information that people freak. It'd be like walking into the library and going, "I want to learn this," and just burning the place down because of frustration. So I tell all my people the same thing. I'm like, go start here. If you go to a step that you don't understand, don't worry about it. Skip it, and we'll come back to it. Just ask me. And then I say, get into the orientation, because Dean Black, that dude rocks. His orientations are absolutely amazing. That's a great thing because now I don't have to do it. I just send my people to him. Yeah. So that's one less thing that my new people have to do. And to browse through, not learn all, but browse through the different strategies and find something that feels good. And give it 45 days and really work it. Learn it and become an expert at it. When you figure that out and you learn how to automate that one, then you can move on to something else. And when you move from one to the other, now you have two. It's like what is it? Batman's utility belt. You have two things in your utility belt that when people start talking to you, guess what? Now you're the expert. So when somebody says, "Hey, I'm looking to generate leads online. How do I do that?" You can say, "Hey, well, this is what I know, and let's plug you into the system." So those are kind of the steps. So start here, get in on the orientation, find one strategy that feels good, and just work it. Because they all work. It's just whether or not you like doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. All the strategies work. If you want to be proficient generating leads on Instagram, we have April Marie. Just plug into your training and become an expert on Instagram. You want to learn Facebook advertising? Cool, we got you covered. You want to generate 100 leads per day on Twitter? We have training for that. So what basically, Steven, you're telling is, we have a buffet of choices here, but you need to at least at first, you need to choose one that you think will be the best one for you to start with, and start going through that strategy and start getting some momentum going. Because once you get momentum going, then you'll build belief that you can do it, and you will keep going forward, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome, awesome. So I know that we kind of spoke about it in this way, shape, or form, but I want to ask you specifically why you are so passionate about MLSP, and what specifically is special about MLSP that makes it unique from anything else out there. What is this, the specific benefits that people cannot get anywhere else?
Awesome. So I actually, I literally talked about this about 12 hours ago, and this is something I thought about hard before I said what I wanted to say. You're going to find, if you go online, you're going to find systems. You can find something similar to what we have to build funnels. You're going to find something similar to help you generate leads online. And you might even find some good leaders to follow on different places. Why I'm so passionate about My Lead System Pro is that not only do we have all those in one place, but so many people feel lost. You start... And you can tell by how you're prospected every day by different people. And that lost feeling is why people quit. They feel alone, they feel like a failure, they lose belief in themselves, and all of a sudden they disappear and become one of the 90-some% statistic. And with My Lead System Pro, the number one reason I stayed around as long as I did is because of the community. I've never been treated in the beginning by strangers like that wanted me to succeed. I'm like, what do they care? And they do. They care about you. They care about you so much. And Brian Finale, the co-founder of MLSP, is except for right now because he's in a mastermind treat with his My Lead System Pro people. He's in the group just about every day, cheering people on, whether they got their first lead or their rank advancing. I mean, what owner does that? I mean, that's something that's like, it's the love and the acceptance and the family is something that you can't fake it. Let's put it that way. So all this tools, amazing, worth the price of admission. I would pay 10 times to belong to the family and community that we have.
Yeah, absolutely. You kind of nail it. Exactly. You have everything in one place. You don't need to go from this particular tool or this particular tool to any place. You have it all here, and the community here. That's what makes my heart pound as well. Because we have this Facebook group, for example. You can post any question there, and we have tens of people, respond, in the next hour and helping you with anything that you need. So you've got your everything is covered. You just need to be willing to ask for help, and the help is there. And I would add for myself that we have, for example, the customer relationship manager, the tool to follow up with people. That's something that I haven't seen anywhere else online, where you are able to record all of your interaction with your prospects, with your leads, and then follow up properly and have everything recorded there. So you easily can find your prospects and label them, and then it just makes it so much easier for you as a networker, as an online and network marketer, home business owner, to deal with everybody too. And the other thing is, a big problem people have is, what value can I provide? I understand this concept, Steven. Yes, I need to brand myself. I need to provide value, but I'm kind of brand new, and I still don't get results. How do I do that? And with My Lead System Pro, you can, from day one, you can put a message and send people to some value-based training and build your list at the same time. So it kind of gives you a head start to learn how to do it and have success along the way. That's
yeah, and if you look at the biggest leaders in our industry, they all started out piggybacking off of other people's success and other people's value. I mean, that's just the way it is. Look at Diane Hockman. She's a giant in our industry. And she says it time and time again. She's like, why should I create my own products when My Lead System Pro creates them all for me? you come into the industry and it's like, and it comes down to that belief again. It's like, well, I don't believe that I have value. And it's like, all right, well, you don't believe it, that's fine. We'll build on that belief. While you're building on the belief, why don't you go back and grab one of the dozens of pieces of value and promote that to your list, because it's going to work anyway. To go back to your CRM, the customer relationship manager. I have seen them online before, and they're $100 to $200 a month. They're very, very expensive because it's something that's not easy to build and maintain, and it's something that we include, which is ridiculous.
Right, absolutely, and like you said, you can now, when you have an email list, you can now send, basically you have messages to send every single day with different type of value to people, sending them to live webinars or sending them to some free training that that will help them. You have value from day one to do it, and it's not just like your primary business opportunity and cramming your list with the same offer again and again and again. Now you have something that you can give them. So that's cool. I'm curious, Steven, how were you been able to sponsor 100 people in 12 months and earn a fully paid for BMW?
That's a good question. I've really learned how to create relationships. I build my whole culture and community around the relationships that I've built, and it's an interesting dynamic. The ballers, I guess you could say, that are in my primary business, I have met through my Lead System Pro. This is they come in as a lead. We have a conversation. I find out how I can best serve them, and I can either do it with my primary company or with my Lead System Pro. I know that I have the answer because my primary company is what it is. But if they're cool with where they are, I know that I can provide any service or product that will help them build their personal business if they want to stay where they are with my Lead System Pro. So I have, for 80–90% of the people out there, I know that I can help them with something that I have. So I just have a conversation with them. The leads come in with MLSP. I have a conversation with them, and I just want to know where can we best fit with each other. And that's about where it's been. It's like I said, the biggest people on my primary company have come in from a lead of people that are looking for guidance and help in this wide world of network marketing that we have.
And that's a big shift right there. You might want to write it down, because typically when people start with their business, they have their thing, they have their business opportunity, and that's what they can offer, and that's kind of what they want to prospect people for and recruit for. But when you go through the training in My Lead System Pro and you understand your value, now you become kind of like a trusted advisor. You become an expert and authority, somebody that you're there to guide them to where what's best for them to reach their goals. You're not there to, when you're on the phone, you're not there to sell them anything. You're there to hear their situation, their problems, their frustrations, understand where they're coming from, and then guide them to the right direction. And that's the kind of power you are going to have when you become a member of My Lead System Pro and go through the training and learn how to become this trusted advisor. So to continue this point, I want to ask you, how does it feel when now people come to you and they already know who you are and they want to be part of what you're doing? How does it make you feel?
Outstanding. No, I'm just kidding. Real quick, and just to kind of go back to real quick what you were saying, I know a lot of people are like, well, how do you have that conversation? We actually have scripts in our back office that one of the best phone conversationalists, Bill Pescasolito, has put together for us. That, like, in the beginning, you basically pull the scripts up as you bring up your phone, and you just follow the script. Until you feel comfortable to do it without it, and you put your own personality and twist into it. So you don't really, this is not a big learning curve here. You just have to follow what's going on. So how does it feel when people know me already? It's weird. It's you know, it's neat when you call somebody and or when somebody calls you and you're like, hey, it's Steve Krivda, and they go, oh man, yeah, gosh, Lee, man, I've been watching your videos, and I'm like, oh cool, man, I can't believe you called me, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. I'm just a guy. I mean, like, it's humbling, I'll tell you. I'm very, very, very grateful that I am where I am right now. It's cool, you know.
That's one thing it allows you to do. Yeah, when you have, you know, let's say you have your blog, you have your videos, you have your channels, and you create value, people consume it, and that's how people get to know you before you even speak to them. That's the power, that the leverage the internet has. Now, what did everything, you know, your success in your company and your success with MLSP, what it has allowed you to you know, to do in terms of your lifestyle?
Well, it's 11 a.m. on Thursday, and I'm home.
Yeah.
That still gets me. It still gets me emotional. A couple weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, my boys had spring break, and we were. I knew spring break was coming, and on the 27th of February was my last day at my job job, and I work from home. And I'm telling you, going full time doesn't mean you're free to not do anything. Your time is different. You can schedule whatever you want. If you want to work 20 hours a day, you can. If you want to work one, you can. And that's the freedom that it's given me. You know, when my boys were home a couple weeks ago for spring break, hey, Daddy got to be home. They went to their Mimi's house a couple times during the week, but you know, on I think 3 days of those 3 days of that week, I was able to stay home, and it was beautiful out. I live in Florida, and we went outside and we played, and you know, I brought my laptop outside and I worked outside, and I made my phone calls while I was goofing off with the boys. You know, it's amazing. You know, Danielle called me up one day and she says, the boys need to be picked up from school today. Can you do it? And I'm like, yeah, cool. And all I had to do was get up out of my chair and grab my wallet and my keys and go pick them up. I didn't have to do anything. I just did it. And it's having that kind of freedom. I've never, except for being on vacation on a cruise or away, I've never had that kind of freedom before, and it's
that's
indescribable.
That's exactly what we can do as a home business owners. We are not tied to any particular schedule. We are our own bosses, and we decide, you know, what to do with our time and how to spend it. It's everything, you know, working from home, that's what's allowed you to do. And I want people to experience that. A lot of people who are watching it, probably they still have, they're still working, you know. And I would love to hear from you your top 3 tips that you would recommend people, you know, who are just starting out to build their home business. They're probably still working, so they have some limited time to work on their business. What would you say for them? Your top 3 tips, how to break free and start making full-time income online, so they can break free from their jobs.
Feel a piece of content coming. Schedule your time. You know, it's fine. I'm probably going to go more than 3, but I'll make it quick for you because I know we've been going for a while. Find a system that works for you. You know, like I said before, My Lead System Pro is a perfect fit for me because it helped me manage my time better. It helped me, instead of hoofing it, you know, basically what I'm talking about is running through the malls and trying to catch people.
Right.
I'm able to, you know, spend, in the beginning I was only doing maybe an hour or 2 a night until I got the bug and I really wanted to go. So find a system that works for you. Find something you can plug into that's an all-in-one where you can manage your time better and block that time out to work your business, because this is your business. This is not a hobby. This is something that can repay you for the rest of your life. 2, when the success comes, because if you stick with it, it's going to come, just remain humble. If you remain in a state of gratitude and be grateful for everything that comes, because the greatness is going to come, remain humble with it. If you're getting 1 lead a day or 1,000 leads a day, be grateful every time your phone goes ding. And plug into, find somebody inside our community and work with them, follow them, ask them to be your coach, just be friends with them, build a relationship with them. And the last one is, I lost my train of thought. Just look. Oh yes, have belief.
Yeah.
We all run into belief issues, and when you hit that, I don't know if I'm gonna. In fact, that's what my video was on today. My content was on today. When you run into that there's a little thought in the back of your head that you think to yourself, and you're trying to fight it, and it says, please let my company shut down so I can walk away legitimately, not have my friends bust my chops. Know that when you're there, you are with 99.99% of the whole entire industry. And it's okay to be there, and it's not your fault.
Yeah, beautiful.
Plug in with somebody and have a conversation with somebody that's made it. Don't do this by yourself, because the fact that Vitaliy is putting this video together, this interview right now, he believes in you because he wants you to see this. He wants you to see all these different interviews and testimonials from people that have made it, so you know that it's true, that you know that this is real, that all you have to do is continue moving forward, and it will come true for you. You just have to believe that it will happen.
Absolutely. That's beautiful, Steven. That's exactly what people need to hear, and I think you're just a perfect inspirational story for everybody, because you had a full-time job, and you'll be able to fire your boss and break free, and hopefully that people, when they see this interview and hear about your story, they'll be inspired to, hey, if Steven can do it, so can I. He's not different. I'm not different than Steven. I'm not different than Vitaliy. I can do it. What would be like? Let's wrap it up. This interview had a lot of great value here. I want to wrap it up with your thoughts of encouragement, specifically telling people that, hey, you can do this stuff. You absolutely can do it.
Yeah, cool. I don't know if whoever's watching this, if you haven't created a vision for yourself yet, create it. Write down what success looks like to you. And it's not money. I've got on my vision board, I have like one car. The rest is lifestyle of where I want to live, what I want to do with my life, and how I want to impact people and different things like that. So create a vision for yourself, and literally don't type it on your computer. Write it down with a good old-fashioned pen and paper, and create the vision for yourself that you want. What you're going to do on a Thursday morning at 11 a.m. in Florida or wherever you're living. Like, what would you be doing? What will you be doing when you have the freedom that you want, that you're striving for? Because it's true. You've met the people. You've seen it happen, and you're no different than them. So when you create your vision for yourself, when you put that together, and you create your vision board and you have this, frequent it. Read it. See what you want. How are you going to impact? What are you going to look like when you're successful? What are people going to say about you when you walk through the events? When you're up on the stage, are they going to cheer you, or are they going to go, who's that dude? What are they going to say about you? What are you going to create? What are you going to be? What value are you bringing to the marketplace? So create that vision for yourself. And right now you're at point A, and that vision is point B. And it's real. You just have to drive there. So once you create your vision, just live into it.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. And you can absolutely be successful. You can start with MLSP, just having $10 trial, and you have everything inside right away. And if you don't like it for any reason, you take your $10 back. But I absolutely believe that you are going to find home there, like I and Steven have found a home, and the community and the family here. We are brothers and sisters, like Steven put it, and you'll find all the answers here, and you'll be able to help you change your life, like MLSP has changed my life and changed Steven's life. So it's been very, very impactful. I want to thank you so much, Steven, for all the incredible story that you've shared, all the value, all the tips that you gave today, and just hearing yourself, telling all of that, it's so inspiring to hear, and
Uh,
that's what I felt, and I know that other people are feeling it too. So I'm just
Thanks,
deeply
man.
thankful for everything that you said.
Hey, one more quick thing, Vitaliy, and I think this is really, really important. You're here because you're looking. Stop looking. It's right in front of you. Like My Lead System Pro is right here. Just plug into the system. If you stick with it, you will have the success that you want. It's just the way it is. He just said, I mean, $10. I mean, come on. I mean, I spent more of that in gas driving into town. So plug into the system. I mean, this is $1 million system that you're getting for pennies. I mean, plug it into it. You're here. You're looking for it. Don't question it anymore. Plug into the system. Get with Vitaliy, man. This dude's rocking it, and he's gonna coach you and mentor you and take you to places you might not even have. Your beliefs might not even be that big yet, but he has your beliefs in you. He'll believe in you for you until you have the belief in yourself.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I got your back, and I do believe in you. Yes, you watching this video right now, that you will be successful. There's no question about it. It's your decision. Decide that you are going to be successful right now, and just burn the bridges and go full speed, full throttle towards your goals and dreams. That's the way to do it.
Boom.
Awesome. So on this positive note, I want to thank everybody. Thanks, Steven, and we are going to see you and talk to you very, very soon.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, man. This has been great. I appreciate you so much, Vitaliy. You're awesome.
Appreciate it too. Bye, everybody.